A very happy morning to all of you, dear students. Welcome to the science class. Children, today we will be going ahead and summarizing chapter 16, that's scarcity of water, in this video. So in this chapter, children, we did understand the importance of water. We are all aware that 70% of the human body consists of water, and water is important for digestion of food, absorption of nutrients, distribution of various substances from one part of the body to the other, as well as it also helps in excretion. So water is very important for all of us. It's not only the human beings, also it's important for the plants. In the plant, it helps in the transportation of the nutrients. Then the process of photosynthesis happens with the help of water. Also, transpiration takes place, which actually contributes into the water cycle. So water is a very, very important natural resource available to us on earth. Yes, we need to make sure that we have ample of water available so that life can survive on earth. However, because of the increasing population and other reasons, the earth is experiencing scarcity of water. Now, why there is scarcity of water on the earth? That's because 97% of the water available on the earth is saline water or salty water present in the form of sea or oceans. Yeah. Then some amount is available in the form of glaciers, snow, ice, and it's only 0.01% fresh water available for the consumption, and that is why we need to save the water, and there is an alarm of scarcity of water. So we will discuss in detail about the scarcity of water in the video. Let us first go ahead and understand some basic things about water. Children, we all know that the chemical formula of water is H2O, right? And water exists in 3 states, right? That is solid, liquid, and gaseous form. In solid state, water exists as snow or frost. In liquid state, water exists as we normally see it at room temperature, and in gaseous states, water exists as water vapor, or we also call it steam, right? So water exists as snow on high mountains. Most of the rivers, lakes, sea and oceans contain water in liquid, and water also exists in vapor form in the atmosphere, right? So I'm sure you all would have studied about the water cycle, yeah? How do we define the water cycle? It actually plays a very important role in circulation of the water and thus supporting the life on the earth. Water cycle can be defined as the continuous circulation of water from the earth to the atmosphere and back again to the earth. This continuous circulation of water is called as water cycle. What are the important process involved in the water cycle? ये हम 5th standard से पढ़ते हुए आ रहे हैं regarding the water cycle, as it is a very, very important process in nature. Water in the various water bodies such as ocean, lakes, ponds warms up due to the heat of the sun and forms water vapor. Yeah, water vapor rises high up in the atmosphere and then cool down, thus condensing to form tiny drops on small dust particles. These tiny drops of water together form the clouds, and when these clouds get denser with the accumulation of tiny drops, they become too heavy, and thus that results in rainfall. Now rainfall goes back to the oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, ponds and streams, and water percolates or water moves into the soil, which is absorbed by the plants. Water evaporates again in this way and the water cycle continues. This is how the water is circulated between the earth and the atmosphere. Now water is what the availability of the water on the earth. Here the ultimate source of water is rainwater. Yeah, rain forms a part of the water cycle. Rainwater is the purest form of water. However, while falling, it gets polluted with the dust particles and other dissolved gases such as carbon dioxide and oxides of nitrogen and sulfur. Now the rainwater is further classified into surface water and groundwater. Surface water is the water that is present on the surface of the earth in the form of river, lakes, streams and oceans. Whereas groundwater is the water or the rainwater that goes into the soil, into the non-porous rocks and seeps under the ground. This is what is groundwater. It is also called as underground water. And the level of groundwater is called as the water table. Now the water table might vary from place to place because of the difference in the रेन वाटर अमाउंट. सब जगह पे एक अमाउंट की ही रेन नहीं होती है. किसी जगह पे बहुत ज़्यादा बारिश होती है, कहीं पे बहुत कम बारिश होती है. दैट एक्चुअली differentiate, that actually brings the, that actually makes the difference between the water table at different places. जहाँ पे ज़्यादा बारिश हो रही है वहाँ पे वाटर टेबल का लेवल अच्छा होगा, जहाँ पे कम बारिश है वहाँ पे वाटर टेबल का लेवल कम होगा. Yes, so the groundwater may run along the surface of non-porous rocks and come out of the surface with pressure from any opening in the form of spring water, also children, the groundwater which is present between the layers of hard rocks below the water table is called as an aquifer. The water present in aquifers is pumped out with the help of tube wells or hand pumps. So these were actually the sources of water that we have on earth. Talking about the scarcity of water, especially during summers, some places face an acute shortage of water. At such places, taps are running dry and there are places where there are long queues for water to get the drinking water. So what could be the reasons behind the water scarcity? The major reason, that is one of the common reason we can say for the consumption, is that, as I mentioned earlier, 97% of the earth water is consisting of dissolved salt, or it is present in the form of sea water that is not actually potable. Yeah, so the water present in seas and ocean is saline and cannot be directly used for human consumption. Then a lot of fresh water is also present in the form of glaciers and polar ice, which again cannot be used for human consumption. Third reason could be water on the earth is not evenly distributed. That also results in water scarcity. Another important source of fresh water is groundwater. Groundwater is a source of water for wells, tube wells, springs and many rivers. As our population is increasing, humans have interfered with the natural process of replenishing of water. As a result, the water table is constantly going down and thus the groundwater is not very easily available for human consumption. Also, because of the various human activities, water bodies are getting polluted, resulting in bad quality of water, and this pollutes water which cannot be used for human consumption. So these are some of the reasons which actually cause scarcity of water for human consumption. Also, the water scarcity has impact on plants. If the plants don't get the right amount of water, what will happen? They will not be able to perform the process of photosynthesis that will stop their growth as well as ours. That's because during the process of photosynthesis, oxygen is released which is consumed by the human beings and is reason for their survival. अगर photosynthesis नहीं करेंगे plants तो oxygen produce नहीं होगी. That might impact us as well. So we need to make sure that there is no scarcity of water for plants as well. Now, what is actually causing the depletion of water table? We did discuss that population is one of the reasons. With the increase in population, demand for construction of houses, shops, offices is also increasing. Thus, results in decrease in open areas. Yeah. Then, scanty rainfall is one of the major reason. India is a big country. The availability of water depends mainly upon the rainfall. So, rains are confined to a short period of 3 to 4 months. Most part of the country therefore lacks supply of surface water for a large part of the year. And that's what actually results in depletion of the water table. Also, there is an increase in the number of industries with the increase in the population. With the continuous increase in the number of industries, there is depletion of groundwater because they also use groundwater for the industries. Fourth reason for depletion of water table can be agricultural activities. In India, rains are a major source of irrigation. Yeah. A few places have irrigation systems like canals, but due to irregular rainfall, even such irrigation systems suffer. So, the farmers have to use the groundwater, and that's what actually reduces or is one of the cause for depletion of water table. Yes, then the last reason for depletion of water table is deforestation. What is deforestation, children? Deforestation is the practice of cutting trees on a large scale. Yeah, if the plants are not there, transpiration will not happen, and that will not contribute anywhere in the water cycle. And the water cycle is also responsible for the rainfall. So rainfall बहुत कम होगा, जिससे कि क्या है, हमारा वाटर टेबल का लेवल कम हो रहा है. So these are some of the common reasons for depletion of water table. Next, the question arises, how or what can be done so that there is no scarcity of water on the earth? That is water management. So how the water should be managed on the earth so that it is available for human consumption. A few ways by which water can be conserved. We should not leave taps running while brushing teeth, shaving or washing clothes. Then secondly, farmers can use better methods of irrigation like drip irrigation method, which actually saves water and supplies good amount of water to the plants as per the requirement. Third point that can be considered for conservation of water is construction of dams and reservoirs to control floods and collect water. Also, we can recycle the water recycle water in industries and use it as many times as possible. Plant trees to slow down the flow of rainwater on land and increase seepage or movement of the water into the soil. One of the important methods is that rainwater harvesting can be practiced, which is done by allowing the rainwater to fall on roofs of buildings to flow into a deep trench in the ground, thus helping the water table to rise or improving the groundwater level. Also, we need to make sure that we repair leaking taps and pipes at the earliest. Also, recycle polluted water and use it for irrigation. So these are some of the methods or the ways by which water can be conserved. So children, in this chapter we did understood the importance of water. What will happen if the water is not available to the plants? We also studied about the sources of water, that is rainfall, surface water and groundwater. Please go through the chapter thoroughly, read the textbook. You can also watch this video along with this video for your better understanding. There is a YouTube link which you can watch. And still, if you have certain queries or some queries related to the chapter, we always have the Zoom class. We can discuss that there. Okay. So enjoy e-learning. Have a nice day. Thank you.